Number 20. The Land of Purity. Located in the far east of Asia, South Korea, officially known as the Republic of Korea, is a small yet powerful nation that captures the world's attention. Covering an area of just about 38,000 square miles, almost the size of Indiana, South Korea may be small in size, but it has significant global influence. Interestingly, despite being smaller than Kentucky, this country boasts a population of over 51 million people, nearly double that of California. This incredible population density is particularly notable, especially since more than 1/5 of the population lives in Seoul, the vibrant modern capital of Asia, often likened to the New York of the East. The name South Korea translates to the land of purity in Korean, a beautifully meaningful title. South Korea experiences 4 distinct seasons, a rarity among Asian countries. The warm summers, cold, dry winters with snow, and the stunning springs and autumns attract many American tourists who return just to enjoy the fall foliage. The official language is Korean, written in Hangul, a writing system invented over 500 years ago. UNESCO has praised Hangul as the most scientific and easiest writing system in the world. Impressively, 100% of the population uses Hangul, and the literacy rate in South Korea is nearly absolute, the highest in the world. Number 19. The most dangerous silence in the world. Nestled between two countries that were once one but now act like distant neighbors, the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, is one of the strangest and most tense places on Earth. Established after the Armistice Agreement in 1953, a ceasefire, not a peace treaty, this 160-mile-long, 2.5-mile-wide stretch divides the Korean peninsula, where a single misstep could trigger global repercussions. Despite being called demilitarized, the DMZ is home to tens of thousands of soldiers, surveillance cameras, motion sensors, and millions of live landmines. If you think getting lost is trivial here, a wrong step could set off a United Nations alarm. The relationship between South Korea and North Korea has always been tense. In 2010, North Korea was accused of sinking the Cheonan warship, and that same year, they shelled Yeonpyeong Island, forcing evacuations. In 2020, Pyongyang blew up the Inter-Korean Liaison Office, once a symbol of reconciliation between the two sides. South Korea doesn't stay silent. They respond with large-scale military exercises alongside the U.S. and set up giant speakers blasting K-pop and international news right at the border, making North Korean soldiers endure tunes like BTS's Dynamite all day long. Most recently, in 2024, North Korea launched a series of ballistic missiles. Clearly, after more than 70 years of division, the tension between the two Koreas shows no signs of easing. Not only does South Korea have disputes with North Korea, but it is also engaged in territorial disputes with Japan over the Dokdo and Liancourt rocks. If you want to know more about this dispute, comment below, and we will share more information with you. Number 18. Everyone loves beauty. Just a few steps on the streets of Seoul and you'll see aesthetic clinics popping up as frequently as Starbucks in New York, even more so. According to statistics from the South Korean Ministry of Health and Welfare, the Gangnam area, dubbed the paradise of plastic surgery, has nearly 500 cosmetic surgery facilities within just a few kilometers. You can find a nose job clinic nestled between two coffee shops or a jawline contouring center right next to a convenience store, and it all makes perfect sense. Beauty isn't just for women. About 20% of South Korean men regularly wear makeup. They don't just use lip balm, foundation, concealer, eyebrow pencils, and cushion compacts all fit neatly in their work bags. There are even TV shows dedicated to teaching men how to apply makeup, and that's completely normal, with male cosmetic sales reaching up to $900 million a year. South Korea is not just a skincare haven, but also a global cosmetics capital, producing renowned brands like Innisfree, Laneige, Etude House, and many foreign companies have set up shop here just to learn from Koreans about beauty. Number 17. Women in relaxation. In a country where appearance is considered a national asset and where job applications can be rejected simply for not having a bright enough photo, The after-hours relaxation service industry has quietly but powerfully developed as an essential part of South Korean society. According to the latest statistics, there are 1.2 million young, beautiful women in this industry who are neither unemployed nor uneducated. On the contrary, they have stable jobs and college degrees, yet still sign up for extra hours to keep up with a glamorous lifestyle where designer bags, luxury cars, and the latest phones are not just dreams. Some reports estimate that the average income in this sector can reach up to $200,000 a year, enough to buy more than one Chanel bag. In 2016, this service industry generated about $2.4 billion annually, equivalent to 4.1% of the national GDP, higher than the combined revenues of the film, book, and gaming industries. According to data from HavocsCope, South Koreans spend an average of $165 per person on special services, ranking just behind Spain and Switzerland. The Korean Institute of Criminology even reported that 49% of South Korean men aged 20 to 64 have used these services, with around 358,000 transactions occurring daily. It's not an exaggeration to say that if you're out for an evening stroll in Seoul, 1 in 2 men you pass might be a VIP customer of this special industry. Number 16. A unique land of Korea. Separated from the mainland like a world of its own, Jeju, the largest island in South Korea, is not only a tourist paradise but also an incredibly special place. Covering about 714 square miles, Jeju is larger than the city of Los Angeles and is often referred to as the Hawaii of South Korea. Every South Korean knows Jeju as a place that feels both familiar and strange, because it lies within national borders, but strangely, its local dialect, Juo, is so different that even people from Seoul feel like they're watching a movie without subtitles. This language has even been listed by UNESCO as needing preservation because it is gradually disappearing. Jeju is also home to Hallasan Mountain, the highest in South Korea, standing at 6,398 feet. It's a dormant volcano that has been inactive for thousands of years. The hiking trail to the summit of Hallasan is ranked among the most beautiful trekking routes in Asia, with breathtaking scenery that changes with the seasons. If you think South Korean society is always male-dominated, think again. In Jeju, women are the breadwinners of their families. The Hu divers can dive up to 65 feet in just 2 minutes with only one breath. No oxygen tanks, no modern technology. They harvest seaweed, abalone, and shells, passing down this technique through generations. Since 2006, Jeju has been granted the status of a special self-governing province, aiming to become a free international city like Hong Kong or Singapore, a hub for culture, technology, and high-end tourism. Number 15, South Korean women and the 4B lifestyle. In a society that once viewed marriage as the pinnacle of a woman's achievement, more and more South Korean women are quietly withdrawing from that game. They are embracing the 4B lifestyle, which stands for no to dating, no to marriage, no to childbirth, and no to compromise. It sounds like a slogan from a feminist sci-fi movie, but in reality, it's a very practical choice for many modern young South Korean women. According to the Korean Statistical Office, in 2023, the birth rate dropped to just 0.72 children per woman, the lowest in the world. Moreover, according to the Korea Development Institute, nearly 70% of women in their 20s and 30s have no intention of getting married in the next 5 to 10 years. Even dating is seen as a hassle. On YouTube, channels like Solo Diaries or 4B Sisters document independent lives without boyfriends, ranging from dining alone, traveling solo, to binge-watching Netflix without fighting over the remote. This significant shift has led the South China Morning Post to describe South Korea as witnessing a marriage crisis, with about 700,000 to 800,000 South Korean men born in the mid-1980s at risk of never finding a wife domestically. Number 14, the most famous entertainment industry in Asia. If Asia had its own Hollywood, South Korea would undoubtedly be its capital of modern entertainment. From K-pop taking the world by storm to addictive dramas keeping audiences awake all night, the South Korean entertainment industry has transcended Asian borders and become a global cultural phenomenon known as Hallyu, or the Korean Wave. In music alone, South Korea has produced global names like BTS, Blackpink, EXO, and Stray Kids with fan bases spanning the globe. Their concerts not only sell out in Seoul, but also fill stadiums in Los Angeles, London, and Paris. According to statistics from the South Korean Ministry of Culture, Hallyu generates over $12 billion annually. In film, Parasite became the first non-English language film to win the Oscar for Best Picture, while Netflix has invested billions to produce K-dramas like Squid Game, Crash Landing on You, and Extraordinary Attorney Woo. The reality TV sector is equally competitive, with shows like Running Man, Singles Inferno, and Street Woman Fighter creating buzz from Southeast Asia to the Middle East. It's no coincidence that countries in the region, from Japan and China to Thailand, are all looking to South Korea for models of idol training, film production, and content development. Number 13, Mud Bath Festival. If you thought traveling to South Korea was all about ancient palaces, K-pop, and kimchi, then you should try visiting the Boryong Mud Festival, where you are encouraged to roll in the mud as much as possible. Held annually in July at Daecheon Beach in Boryong, about 120 miles from Seoul, this event lasts for 10 days and attracts millions of tourists and participants. Initially organized in 1998 to promote cosmetics made from Boryong's mineral mud, the event has since evolved into a communal mud bath. Surprisingly, everyone loves getting dirty in a fun way. The mud here is rich in natural minerals believed to be good for the skin, so you can have fun while pampering your body. During the festival, you can participate in a variety of crazy activities like mud wrestling, mud slides, mud ball throwing, and face painting with mud. In the evenings, there are EDM concerts, fireworks, and beach parties. In other words, this is a place where you can truly let loose and get messy. No one judges your appearance because everyone is the same, covered in mud from head to toe. Number 12, robots everywhere. Have you ever imagined a world where robots brew coffee, deliver packages, teach classes, and greet you at restaurants? Well, congratulations, South Korea has made that a reality. Right at Incheon Airport, one of the most modern airports in Asia, you'll encounter multilingual guide robots that can roll around to find lost passengers, even bowing more politely than real people. In cafes in Seoul, robot baristas brew coffee with absolute precision, never mismeasuring coffee or spilling milk. In restaurants, there are serving robots, tray-clearing robots, and even robots that grill meat at your table. In hospitals, surgical robots and sterilization robots work quietly but effectively. In schools, some rural classrooms have experimented with teacher robots capable of teaching English with an American accent tirelessly and without taking breaks. According to the South Korean Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy, the country invests over $1.3 billion annually in the robotics industry, ranking in the top 3 globally for industrial robot density, with over 900 robots per 10,000 workers, far exceeding the global average. Number 11, a pet paradise. Are you a pet lover? Do you think your dogs or cats deserve the best care? Here, not only do pets receive physical care, but they also get mental care. Yes, you heard that right. Currently, over 1/3 of the South Korean population owns pets as companions instead of having children. The land of the morning calm is witnessing an unprecedented pet care craze. According to Gmarket, one of South Korea's leading retail platforms, pet strollers now account for 57% of total stroller sales, while baby strollers make up only 43%. In other words, in South Korea, you're more likely to see a dog being pushed in a stroller than a baby. Not only that, but pet food has also surpassed baby food since 2021. Premium pet food brands have sprung up with portions designed specifically for breed, age, and mood. And if you think that's where it stops, wait until you explore the luxury services available for pets. Therapy gyms with personal trainers, with packages costing up to $1,758, or personal grooming services 3 times a week at a similar price for busy bosses who can't bathe their pets themselves. Number 10, a paradise for couples. Yes, you heard that right. Although South Korea is experiencing a significant decline in marriage rates, it is still considered a paradise for couples, a place where love is celebrated through unique monthly holidays. It all starts on February 14th, Valentine's Day, when South Korean women take the initiative to gift men. Yes, ladies make the first move. A month later, on March 14th, White Valentine's Day, it's the men's turn to reciprocate, often with chocolates, flowers, stuffed animals, or something expensive to show their sincerity. And if you don't receive anything on either of those days except a message from your bank, congratulations. You are officially invited to Black Valentine's Day on April 14th, where singles gather to eat black bean noodles, known as. But don't think South Korea stops at just those 3 days. Every 14th of the month has its own love holiday, ranging from sweet to slightly over the top, but always welcomed. May features Rose Day and Yellow Day, when couples wear yellow like the sun and exchange deep red roses. June is Kiss Day, encouraging couples to act rather than just say, "I love you." In July, there's Silver Day, when couples exchange silver rings to mark their territory. September is Photo Day, a time for couples to head to professional studios for cute pictures. And in December, how could we forget Hug Day? What's better than a warm hug in the cold winter of Seoul? Number 9, a shopping paradise. If there's a place in the world that makes you want to start shopping till you drop as soon as you step out of the airport, it's South Korea, a true shopping paradise in Asia. A survey by the Korea Tourism Organization found that over 70% of tourists visiting South Korea rank shopping among their top 3 reasons, just after food and handsome. In Seoul, you can easily get lost in massive shopping malls like Lot World Mall, Shinsegae, or Hyundai Seoul, where each floor is a world of its own. From high-end fashion to local cosmetics displayed like works of art, there's something for everyone. But if you think only malls are appealing, think again. In South Korea, shopping areas can also be found underground in subway stations like Gangnam and the express bus terminal, with hundreds of stores selling affordable fashion. The Myeongdong area, a mecca for cosmetic shopping and always bustling with international tourists, is where you can easily carry home dozens of skincare bags in just 10 minutes. The prices are 40% cheaper than buying abroad. Renowned brands like Innisfree, Laneige, 3CE, and Solwasu always come with countless gifts, to the point where some joke that in South Korea, if you buy one lipstick, you might get a mini suitcase as a gift. Additionally, South Korea hosts major sales events like the Korea Grand Sale or Brand Week, times when shopping is elevated to a national sport. Number 8, a YouTube channel dedicated to eating. Have you ever heard of? If not, you're about to discover one of the strangest phenomena of the South Korean internet, where eating in front of a camera is not just entertainment, but a serious profession with huge income potential, exploded in 2010 and quickly spread worldwide. The broadcaster, often seated at a large table filled with mountains of food, ranging from fried chicken, spicy noodles, pizza, and seafood to dishes that make ASMR sounds, eats while chatting and interacting with viewers. Some eat little but chew thoughtfully, while others consume large amounts as if competing in the Stomach Olympics. This phenomenon has grown so big that some mukbang stars like Ban Soo-young or Dorothy have millions of followers on YouTube and earn tens of thousands of dollars each month just by eating delicious food in front of the camera. According to Korea Times, the online mukbang industry in South Korea was once valued at over $100 million and continues to thrive due to the demand for eating together through screens, especially among those living alone. Viewers feel as though they are dining with a friend, alleviating loneliness. Others watch simply for entertainment, as they can't eat much but still enjoy watching others indulge. Number 7, personality reflected through blood type. What's your blood type? In South Korea, this question isn't just for hospitals. It's also used to guess what kind of person you are, whether you're lovable, compatible for dating, or even whether you should work together or keep your distance. Just like Westerners are fascinated by astrology, South Koreans are crazy about blood types. From movies and TV shows to dating, blood type has become a popular personality decoder. Type A individuals are often labeled as serious, principled, and somewhat conservative. Type B people are energetic and creative, but can also be unpredictable and sometimes a bit erratic. Type O is favored for being outgoing, confident, and good at communication, while Type AB, the rare blood type, is often seen as quirky, difficult to understand but attractive for its uniqueness. According to various surveys in South Korea, nearly 100% of the population knows their blood type. About 4 in 10 young people even consider blood type when choosing a partner. Dating shows like Always list participants' blood types alongside their names, ages, and occupations as a destiny hint. Number 6. The sitting still competition. Do you think sitting still is easy? Try going to South Korea, where people have turned doing nothing into a national competition with judges, timers, and hundreds of cheering spectators. Yes, you heard that right. It's the Space Out competition, one of the strangest yet most fascinating events. First held in Seoul in 2014, the goal of the competition is very simple. Sit still for 90 minutes without talking, smiling, yawning, sleeping, or looking at your phone. Just exist. Contestants wear heart rate monitors to track their stability, and the person who remains the most relaxed and empty wins. This unique initiative comes from artist Whoops Yangang, who believes that in a fast-paced society where everyone is busy, doing nothing is a powerful and artistic act of rebellion. Surprisingly, the competition attracts thousands of registrants each year, including office workers, students, artists, and even meditators. In 2016, a firefighter won and shared, "This is the first time I've really gotten to rest. No fire alarms, no emergency calls, just me and the silence." Number 5. The sleeping competition. If you find the sitting still competition too exhausting because you have to sit up straight for 90 minutes, then welcome to a new level, the sleeping competition. Yes, you read that right. South Korea has an official competition dedicated to sleeping, where people compete to see who has the best dreams. In a society known for its heavy workload and a culture of working until exhaustion, where adults average only about 6 hours of sleep per day, lower than most OECD countries, sleep has suddenly become a luxury and privilege. Thus, the sleep competition was born as a symbolic antidote to burnout. Contestants are placed in a quiet environment with soft lighting, relaxing meditation music, no phones, no deadlines, and no bosses calling. Just you and sleep. Throughout the competition, heart rates and brain relaxation levels are monitored, and the winner is the one who sleeps deeply, steadily, and with the least disruption. It sounds simple, but in reality, it's not as easy as lying on your sofa at home. Some people struggle to sleep well due to the pressure to perform well in sleep, while others sleep so soundly that they snore loudly, causing the judges to be both amused and deduct points for disturbing the peace of the communal sleep. Number 4. South Korea's high alcohol consumption. If you've ever watched a South Korean drama and wondered why characters are always drunk at barbecue restaurants or slumped over a table after a few bottles, it's not just drama, it's a cultural reality. According to statistics from Euromonitor, South Koreans consume an average of 13.7 drinks per week, ranking first in the world, even double that of Russians, who are famous for vodka. And what's the most popular drink? It's soju, that green magic water everyone knows and drinks. The General Soju brand has even been recognized by Guinness as the best-selling liquor in the world, surpassing Smirnoff vodka and Bacardi rum. But what's even more interesting is that South Koreans don't just drink, they also have a unique drinking culture. During a drinking session, you're not allowed to pour your own drink. Someone else must pour it for you as a gesture of respect. When pouring for someone older, you must use both hands and turn your face away while drinking as a sign of politeness. Additionally, in large companies, there's a HOSC culture of after-work gatherings. If you decline to attend, you might be seen as unfriendly. Number 3. Avoid the number 4 for good luck. If you've ever entered a building in South Korea and wondered why the elevator skips from the 3rd to the 5th floor, don't assume it's a technical error. It's because the number 4 is avoided, much like how Westerners avoid the number 13. The reason behind this is that the word for 4 in Korean, SA, sounds similar to the word for misfortune. As a result, in many buildings, instead of labeling the 4th floor, they will write F, standing for 4 or funeral. Some apartments, hotels, or hospitals even completely eliminate the number 4 from their numbering systems to keep things comfortable. If you happen to find an apartment with the number 404, sorry, its selling price is usually lower than average, as many South Koreans believe that living in a space associated with bad luck can affect health, career, love life, basically everything that matters. This mindset is so ingrained that in a 2020 career research survey, 78% of South Koreans admitted they would avoid choosing the number 4 in their home addresses, license plates, or phone numbers whenever possible. Number 2, coffee culture. Can you believe there's a country where people drink coffee instead of water? This is happening in South Korea. A survey by the South Korean Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs revealed that each South Korean consumes an average of about 353 cups of coffee per year, almost 1 cup a day. The culture of cafe hopping is a popular weekend pastime, where groups of friends spend the entire day moving from one cafe to another, drinking, taking photos, relaxing, and continuing the cycle. Currently, Seoul has over 25,000 cafes, meaning there's at least one spot on every corner for you to rest and take pictures. From robot-served cafes to cat cafes, dog cafes, doll cafes, indoor beach cafes, and even cafes designed like restrooms, they all exist and are bustling with customers. South Korea has also birthed strange yet charming coffee varieties like Dalgona coffee, which became a global sensation during the pandemic, snow cream coffee, salted egg coffee, and fragrant rose coffee. Number 1. Cost of living in Korea. The cost of living in South Korea can be relatively high, especially in major cities like Seoul. However, compared to expensive U.S. cities like New York or San Francisco, costs in Korea are somewhat more manageable. A small studio apartment in central Seoul typically rents for between $700 and $1,000 per month, while suburban areas or smaller cities like Busan or Daegu might only cost about $400 to $700. When it comes to dining, if you eat at casual restaurants or cafeterias, a meal can cost as little as $5 to $8. However, dining at Western-style restaurants or upscale places can run you $20 to $40 for a meal. Transportation costs are quite reasonable thanks to a well-developed public transport system. A subway ticket in Seoul costs about $1.10, and a monthly pass for both subway and bus is around $50 to $60. If you opt for a taxi, the base fare is $3.30 for the first 1.2 kilometers, increasing with distance. Mobile phone and internet costs are also relatively affordable. Unlimited high-speed internet packages range from $25 to $35 per month, while unlimited mobile data plans can be around $40 to $60 per month depending on the carrier. In summary, a single person living in South Korea can expect to spend between $1,200 and $1,800 each month. With these costs, do you think South Korea is a place you could visit or settle down in? If so, comment 1. If not, comment 0. Thank you for your feedback. If you're genuinely interested in visiting and want to know more about visas and requirements to come to Korea, comment 7 and we'll share that information with you. We've just explored the beautiful land of Korea together. Thank you for watching today's travel documentary until the end. We hope you'll continue to join us on our next journeys to discover the wonders of the world.